The tragic life of William James Sidis, who foretold the secrets of the universe. A photo by Jacob Grandman on Unsplash. William James Sidis, 189819444. Everyone knows about Einstein, but it seems most don't know about Sidis. Though his achievements weren't as extensive, he was still an extremely noteworthy thinker from history. He had all the ingredients of a genius from a young age, yet his story was defined by struggles. Despite a number of incredible achievements, still hasn't received commonplace recognition, and he died at 46 of a cerebral brain hemorrhage, without ever really finding his place. He suffered from depression and lived in isolation for his later years. Early life. It seems he was always under some pressure to perform intellectually, from a very young age. His father had raised him with the intention that he would be extremely well educated. And for many years, he was on track to a long, illustrious life and career. Sidis attended Harvard when he was 11 years old. He spoke an amazing number of languages, some say as many as 24, and he had a strange fascination with transportation systems. A socialist and anti-war protester, Sidis was a political nonconformist and didn't follow the traditional values of his time. These included key issues like capitalism and Christianity. He could have spent 18 months in prison following participation in a violent protest of World War I. But his father managed to make a deal with the authorities and secure other arrangements. Instead, he spent the time in a sanatorium, undergoing institutional attempts to reform his socialist thinking. Predicted the existence of black holes. Book The Animate and the Inanimate theorized the reverse universe, where the positions of all bodies occur at the same respective intervals of time, but in reverse order. This is the clearest and earliest record, strongly resembling Einstein's theories about spacetime later on. Sidis' book was published in 1925, but it's likely his theory was already well in place by the preceding decade. Einstein didn't publish anything significant regarding black holes until 1939, with his work on a stationary system with spherical symmetry consisting of many gravitating masses. The possible inspiration for a major film directed by Gus Van Sant in 1997, Good Will Hunting, tells the story of a math genius, light years ahead of the norm. The main character is played by Matama, who dropped out of Harvard to pursue acting. Hunting's story is similar, but also quite unlike Sidis in some key ways, to suggest it may have been inspired as a compare and contrast. Sidis' mentors suspected that he would be a famous mathematician one day, but it didn't really come true as was hoped. The film, Good Will Hunting, warns of pushing a brilliant mind to hard too early on. The caveat is that things will not work out in favor of the genius being pressured. This may have been a lesson taken from a page of Sidis' life. The character Will Hunting, unlike Sidis, was not pressured by his parents or school to be a genius. He was largely self-taught and flew under the radar as a member of the uneducated working class, until he was discovered by accident. The film tells of Will's psychological difficulties and moral dilemmas, as he is offered prestigious opportunities, promising the rightful consummation and recognition of his gifts. He is faced with a difficult choice between following the authentic path he wants for himself, or the one he feels intellectual society urges of him. Sidis at his Harvard graduation 1914. Credit: Wikipedia.